Find yourself a very peaceful, calming environment where you can join me in this yoga session. And just take a few minutes to settle in, turn off your phone, turn off lights, maybe light a candle. Just some place where you can truly feel calm and peaceful. And I want you to tap into that environment. Place one hand on your belly, and I want you to take a deep inhale, actually filling up your tummy so that it expands. And take 2 or 3 deep inhales into your belly. Take a moment and set an intention for this session. Do you want to relax? Do you want to recharge? Do you want to say thankful for this physical body that you've been given? Just take a moment and say a little prayer about what it is that you want to achieve at the end of this session. Take a big, deep inhale up over your head. Stretch long up towards the sky, lengthening out through your waist, lengthening through your legs. Exhale, bringing your hands down. And inhale up. This time, look up towards your fingertips. And exhale out, letting your hands drop. And again, let's take a big inhale up. This time you're going to dive forward, stretching your arms outward until you come into a forward bend and just relax. Let your knees bend if you need to. And you can bend and straighten a couple times just to warm up your lower back and begin to open up the flexibility. Just relax into the position and then scoop those arms back up as you inhale, back up to the top, and exhale right back down into a forward bend. Bending the knees, you're going to inhale and look up, activating your back. Exhale into that forward bend. And now we're going to inhale, coming back up to the top, and exhale, letting the arms come back down. And let's just repeat. Deep inhale up, stretch way up to the sky. Exhale, really diving out into that forward bend, tucking your chin slightly. And bend the knees, looking up, opening through your chest. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. And again, inhale, stretch those arms way up to the sky, lengthening out. Exhale, relax through your shoulders. And again, inhale, stretching and lengthening, opening. Exhale, really diving out and opening into that forward bend. Inhale, look up. Exhale, back into that tucked forward bend. And one more time, inhale, big deep inhale up, arching through the lower back slightly, and exhale. And we're going to move on. One more time, big inhale, and diving out, really feeling your body opening at this point. Bend the knees, look up, activating the back. Exhale, chin comes into the chest. You're going to take a big step back on your right leg, open through that right hip, reach out through your right heel, really lengthening, and then go ahead and drop your knee down and straighten. So we're going to bend and straighten a few times here to warm up the hips, and just let that knee drop to the ground and then really activate and lengthen it back, reaching back through your heel. Place your hands down, and I want you to push into that foot and step back into a plank position. Really reach your heels back, press up away from the ground, draw in through your abs, and then just bend in half, lifting your hips up to the sky, coming into your first down dog. And I want you to pedal your feet side to side. So you're putting all your weight into your right leg and then your left leg, really allowing the heels to reach down into the ground, and really just moving around a little bit here and there so that you move into this position. You're going to bend and straighten your knees deeply and then lift your tailbone up a couple of times. And then you're really going to push away from the ground and lift your tailbone way up to the sky. Take your right leg up, back behind you. Relax down, and let's do that again. Squeeze through your butt, lift it straight up. Then you're going to lift it up super high, opening up through the hips, and bend that right knee so that your foot comes down towards your butt, and just really open up. There's no right or wrong here. It should just feel good. You're going to look forward and bring your knee through into a front lunge position. And again, now stretching out through that left leg. Reach back through that left heel. You're going to feel a stretch in the front of the left hip. Drop the knee to the floor and then straighten. Really activating through the knee, the quad, and the left side of your butt here. Just bending and straightening a few times as an active warm-up. Bend and straighten, draw your abdomen in, keep breathing, and keep the hands firmly placed into the ground. It's just really good to warm up the hips here. And you're going to step back into a downward facing dog. And again, we're going to pedal out the feet one more time, putting all of your weight onto one foot, then the other. And then bend your knees and straighten, reaching your hips up to the sky, lengthening, pushing yourself out away from the ground, pushing through your hands, lengthening through your spine, and lift the left heel up and back, lower it down. Let's do that again. Activate, squeeze through the left side of your butt, heel comes up, and then we're going to open, really reaching that toe up to the sky, opening up, lengthening all the way through your hands. Bend the knee so that your foot comes down towards your butt. Back up, opening, and then you're going to swing through and step into a lunge again, really lengthening out through the front of your right hip. Push into the foot and step forward. And then we're going to scoop up, standing super tall, lengthening up, and exhale and relax. And again, inhale, lifting up to the sky. Exhale, diving out. Bend the knees, inhale, activate the back, exhale into a forward bend, chin into chest. Right foot takes a big step back, opening into that lunge, hands are on the ground, and then you're going to step back into downward dog, lifting your hips up, heels down, hands press away from the ground. Think of yourself in an inverted V, right leg reaches up, activating that butt, bending the knee, heel down to the butt, and just really opening and enjoying that openness. Swinging through into a forward lunge, looking forward, looking up, activating the back, pressing the hands into the ground and stepping back into a downward dog. Settling both heels down towards the ground, and left leg reaches up to the sky, knee bends, heel down towards the butt to really open, reaching up to the sky and swinging through into a front lunge again, opening that right leg, reaching the right heel back, keeping the right knee almost locked. Hands firmly into the ground as you step forward. Inhale, reaching way up to the sky. Exhale, releasing through your shoulders. And let's continue. Inhale, reaching up to the sky, diving out, really opening. Bend the knees. Inhale, look up to activate the back. Exhale, really coming into that forward bend. Take a big step back on your right leg, hands on the ground, and you're going to step back into plank. Reach your heels back, squeeze your butt, send your energy away from the ground, lifting up. Draw in through your abdomen, try to relax through your neck and shoulders. We're going to hold for a few seconds here. This is a fantastic strengthening exercise. And then you're just going to lift your hips back to down dog. Right leg comes up into the sky, bending that knee to the butt. Swing through into a forward lunge. Really lengthen back on that left leg. Activating the left knee, squeezing through the front of the thigh on the left leg. Feeling a stretch through that front left hip. Hands are firmly on the ground, keeping the right leg activated and strong. Really lengthening back, push into that right leg and step forward. Inhale, lift way up to the sky. Exhale, relax through your shoulders, and let's continue. Another inhale, lengthening out, diving forward and really opening and stretching. Bend the knees, activate the back, and into a forward bend. Hands are on the ground, stepping back on that left leg. And stepping back into plank, lowering in, activating through your glutes, pushing away from the ground, short little breaths, activated around the knees, contracting the quadriceps, the front of the thighs, sending your energy back through your heels, out through your head, lengthening yourself, and lift the hips up, shifting to downward dog, and left leg up into the air, back behind, and then we just swing through into a front lunge, reaching back through that right leg, opening that right hip. This is such an important stretch, and that's why I spend so much time here. This is the perfect antidote to sitting, opening up the hip flexors. And we're going to step forward, stretching up to the sky. Exhale, back to your starting position. And we're going to continue. And again, inhale, lengthen way out of your belly. Bend the knees. Inhale, looking up, activating the muscles of the back. Exhale, tuck your chin into your chest. Keep those knees slightly bent, stepping back into a lunge and into plank. Bend your elbows back, lowering to the ground, release to the ground. Point your toes, slide your hands to your waist, push up, lifting through your chest, activating so that your thighs are off the ground. Tuck your toes, lift your buns, and move back into a downward dog. Right leg lifts up into the sky, bending that knee, heel to butt. Back up, release, and let's step through into that front lunge again. Push into the foot, stepping forward, inhaling up, and exhaling out. Good. Bend the knees. Inhale, look up, activating your back. Exhale into forward bend, and we're going to step back onto that left leg this time. Stepping back into the plank, and elbows bend back. Lowering down into your chaturanga. Point the toes. Hands to hips, lifting up, opening the chest. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, and you're going to move into downward facing dog again. Left leg up into the air, bend the knee, heel to butt, and straighten back out. Coming through into a front lunge, lengthening out through that right leg, pushing forward. Inhale up to the sky, lengthening out. Exhale to the starting position and relax the shoulders. And we're going to move on. Turn to your side, take a big step out with your toes facing forward. Bring your hands into prayer position and lengthen your spine up to the sky, squeezing through your glutes. You're going to inhale up, exhale, reach your arms out to the side, pause about halfway to warm up your lower back, squeezing through your glutes, and then slowly lower, bringing your hands down to clasp the outside of your feet. Or bring your hands into center underneath your shoulders. Bend your knees slightly if this is too much of a stretch, placing your hands on your knees. Otherwise, you're going to remain with your hands on the outside of your feet, lengthening down into the stretch, using your arms to give you a slight pull. And then hands are going to come between the shoulders and activate your abs as if you're tucking yourself under your legs, lengthening the top of your head down to the ground. And you can stay there, or you can reach your hands through the back of your legs, pointing your fingertips back. Any of these positions that feel good, you're just going to stay there. Bend the knees. You're going to bring your hands to your thighs and then come up to a standing position. You're going to open your right leg out, and your left foot is going to be at about a 30-degree angle, bending into the right knee. Turn your shoulders towards the right along with the hips and just reach that left arm forward so that you're really rotating your hips along with that right knee, extending that left leg back. Scoop the arms up over the head, opening through the chest, activating that left leg, sitting deeply into the right leg. It's going to be a little bit of effort here. You can place your hands on your hips or your knees, or keep those fingertips reaching up to the sky, really opening. So you're going to open your arms out to the side, coming into a warrior two position, sitting a bit more deeply into that right leg. Make sure that right knee is moving towards the right, staying open, and your left leg is extending back, and you're dropping straight down to the ground, not lunging forward. Straighten the right leg out, and then from your hips, you're going to reach out through the right toe, rotating those arms, looking up to the sky with the left fingertip. And you can place your right hand on your right leg, or let the right fingertips reach down towards the floor. Really opening through the chest. There's a bit of a twisting position here. Contract your abs to bring you back up to that warrior two position with a bent knee. Activating that right leg, getting a little bit of a workout. Switching the arms, left hand down the back leg, right arm up into the sky, opening your chest forward, trying to bring that left shoulder forward. And exhale. We're going to turn back to the center, and we're going to do the same on the other side. Open your left toe forward, right toe is at about 30 degrees, rotating your right hip around towards that left knee, sitting into a deep lunge here with the chest and hips facing forward. Inhale, scooping up, lifting and opening the chest up to the sky as you sit deeply into that left leg. Left knee is opening out to the left, Body weight is dropping down into the center as you're active through that right leg. And you're going to open your right hand back, left hand forward into warrior two, sitting more deeply into that left knee. Remember, your body weight is sitting straight down as opposed to lunging forward. Arms are very active. Lengthen your spine up to the sky. Reach that left hand forward, and we're going to rotate from the hips into triangle pose here. Left hand is either on the leg for support, or you can release your fingertips down to the ground, but keep that right arm strong up to the sky, sending your energy up to the sky. Strong activation through your core. You'll feel this through the right side. It's a great core exercise, powering yourself back up, bending that left knee into warrior two, and then rotating those arms, right hand down the back of the leg, left arm up to the sky, opening the chest, trying to rotate that right shoulder forward, and exhale to warrior two, straight leg, and we are back to the center and relax. And push off that back foot to step forward, and we're going to come back to the starting position, hands in prayer. Take a deep inhale up, diving out once again. This forward bend should be feeling really good at this point. Inhale, open up, activate the back, exhale. You're going to take a big step back on that right leg. Place your hands down and step back into plank. Really activate here, drawing in through the abdomen, legs long. You're going to lift up your right leg and simultaneously look forward and switch legs. Left leg, look forward and return to plank. Continue alternating sides, looking up as that leg comes up, activating through the glute on each side, pressing away from the ground and keeping yourself long from heel out through the crown of your head. Short little breaths. And lift the hips up to the sky, relaxing down into downward facing dog. Heels reaching down towards the ground, knees are open. If it's too intense of a stretch, just bend your knees. And I'm going to have you sit down. Take your knees wide, toes together, and then relax down into a child's pose, walking your arms forward with your forehead on the floor. So we're going to move through this next posture called Hero's Pose in several variations. So if you just sit upright with your hands on your thighs, with your knees separated and your feet together, you're going to feel a stretch through your quadriceps and your knees. If that's comfortable, move your knees together, still sitting on your feet, and just temper the stretch with your hands. You can place your hands down on the ground to ease off if the stretch is too much. And if this feels good, just sit comfortably with your hands on your upper thighs. To go a bit deeper, you're going to keep your knees together and separate your feet so that your hips can start to drop below your ankles and down towards the ground. Again, you can use your hands on the floor like I am here to temper the stretch. If it's intense on the front of your thighs or your knees, just use your hands to ease off. And once you mellow out into it, you'll be able to open the backs of your calves out to the sides, moving them away from the knees so that you can sit even deeper. At this point, your weight is dropping into your pelvis, hands are on the top of your thighs, and while it might be intense, see if you can breathe and release into it. Every now and then, you may want to adjust, opening your feet a little bit more, letting your hips drop down towards the ground just a bit more. And I really encourage you to explore this posture. This one used to be very challenging for me, and ultimately all these years later it helped heal my knees. You're going to slowly creep out of the position and stretch your right leg back just to open up the knee and allow a little bit of a stretch, and do the same with that left leg, releasing some of the pressure through the knees. Tuck your toes under, lift away from the floor, draw in through your abdomen. And you're going to come up onto your knees with your toes tucked under. Really open up through the front of the hips, tuck your pelvis under, activate through your glutes, lift up through your belly so that your pelvis is tilting and your chest is opening. You can keep your toes tucked, or you can point your toes with your feet, tops of your feet, flat on the ground. Inhale, looking up towards your fingertips, and I want you to lift up through the chest, opening up to the sky, and then one arm at a time, you're going to circle outward, fingertips to your heels. Really activate through your glutes. Push your hips forward, lift your chest to the sky, and if it's comfortable, allow your head to drop back. Deep inhale, exhale. It may be intense, but it should be doable. Use your hands on your butt to return back up, and then just comfortably sit back down onto your feet. Open your knees, feet together, walk your hands forward into child's pose with your forehead on the ground. Big belly deep inhale, complete exhale, releasing all the tension through your neck, shoulders, torso, and rib cage. And just breathe and release, letting your hips be heavy, down towards your feet, and just let your belly go. It's the best feeling in the world. And just slowly begin to creep out of it, bringing your knees closer to each other. And you're going to open your chest and let your back drop down towards the ground, and then reverse, rounding your back up to the sky and opening with your belly dropping down to the ground. Chin comes into the chest as you round up. And then we're just going to sit back onto the feet, sitting nice and tall. And just transition by bringing your legs out in front of you straight, opening up through the backs of the knees. Inhale, up and out of your waist. Exhale, letting your arms drop forward, landing either at your toes, at your legs, or next to your knees, hands on the ground. Whatever feels good for you in this stretch. And just relax and collapse forward. Don't worry too much about a straight back. I want you to just relax and release, releasing any tension through your neck and head, contracting through the abs gently so that you slowly collapse forward, bringing your face towards your knees. And again, you can keep your hands at your toes. You can place your hands on your lower legs or even on the floor, either side of your legs. Whatever feels most comfortable and relaxing. And remember, some of these postures are going to be a bit uncomfortable. The goal is to find that position point where it's uncomfortable but doable so that you can breathe into the stretch. Bring your left foot back so that your arch is on the inner thigh of your right leg. Inhale, exhale, reaching out for the foot, and just let that left leg open and drop down, opening and stretching through that left hip. Reaching your chest towards your right foot. And release back, and we're just going to switch sides. Sole of the right foot is against the inner thigh of the left leg. Reaching up, exhaling out, and dropping the hands towards the left foot. Both shoulders reaching out towards that foot, and just releasing and relaxing, and trying to find that place of comfort within the discomfort of the stretch. And release. Both feet come together, the soles of the feet together, not too close to your body, but enough that you can relax the knees down, letting the hips open. Just grab onto your big toes, let your elbows reach out, and contract and collapse forward, bringing your chin to your chest and your forehead towards your toes. Again, this isn't a competition. This is an opportunity for you to stretch and breathe and relax. If it feels good, you can walk your arms forward, stretching them out, lengthening away from your hips. You can also place your hands on the outside of your knees, gently assisting your knees down towards the ground. And just breathe and release. Find your place where this is challenging, comfortable in its uncomfortability, and where you can breathe and release tension from your neck and through your shoulders. Come on up, stretching those legs out, and you're just going to reach your arms forward, activating through your back. Slowly unroll halfway down and come back up to the top. And let's repeat. You're going to unroll a little bit more than halfway down, and then coming back to an upright position. And this time just a little bit lower, holding for an abdominal contraction, arms reaching for the toes, and you're going to pull yourself back up to that seated position. And one more time, unroll, coming down towards the ground, lower back is on the ground, shoulders are lifted off, really giving you a great abdominal workout here. And then just release and relax and collapse down onto your mat. Bring your knees into your tummy, hands over the knees, and just pull in towards your torso, releasing through the lower back. And just breathe and release, letting your energy drop down into the floor, letting your head go. Take your arms out to the sides, and you're going to drop your knees over to your left. Feet and knees together, providing a gentle stretch through the right side, the right hip, maybe into your lower back. And really let your belly go. Inhale, exhale. Bring your knees through to the center, and then just collapse and release over to your right side, giving you an awesome, delicious stretch through the left side, the left hip, the left glutes, maybe even into your left chest. Draw in through the abdomen to bring the legs through center, and we're going to go back to the left side. You're going to be able to open up a little bit more on this second stretch. Really use your right arm to reach out to your right, providing a twist through your torso. And let's repeat on that right side again, reaching out through that left arm, getting a big stretch through the left side of the body, the left hip. Feet and legs stay together. You're going to draw in through your abdomen to come back to center, pulling your knees into your chest again, flattening out your lower back, letting the back of your head reach to the ground, using your hands to pull in, holding that right knee and letting your left leg stretch out straight, and drawing that right knee even closer into your chest and abdomen. And then just switch sides, pulling the left knee into the chest and letting that right leg stretch out super long, opening through the front of that right hip, deepening into that left hip as you pull your left knee in towards you. Big inhale and exhale, slowly releasing both knees into your chest. One more tuck in, lengthening out the lower back, closer to the ground, letting the back of your neck be long on the floor so that the crown of your head is reaching out and stretching long. And then we're just going to release, stretching the legs out, finding a comfortable position. Take a deep inhale, exhale, and just relax all that tension into your abdomen. Let all of the tension in your belly fill up and release. And then just drop your arms to your sides with your palms facing upward. Almost as though you're breathing through the palms, feeling the energy in the space around you. Finding a final comfortable position where you can just breathe and relax and release. Allowing the weight of your body to just melt into the ground and just becoming very heavy. All of the tension in your body releasing out, trickling away from the body, crawling away from you, leaving you with peace, relaxation, warmth, ease, comfort, and pure relaxation. Just allowing your physical body to drop and fully surrender to the ground. And when you're ready to come out of it, just bend your knees, feet on the floor, and you're going to reach your arms up over your head with a big inhale. Just taking a moment to come back, bringing the knees into the chest, releasing out that lower back one more time, and then you're just going to use your legs to kick up, rolling into a seated position, taking a deep inhale, exhale, and you are complete.